Hey everybody, this is James Pelton. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm at the Holiday Inn in some city in southern Arizona. I actually don't know the name of the city. That's a little embarrassing, but we've been all over. I think it's Stella Verde or something like that. And obviously the lighting is not the greatest. I've already complained to the Holiday Inn that they don't have good lighting for YouTube. They said they're working on it, so maybe next time. Holiday Inn Express, excuse me. That's where we're staying here. So if you want to come join me, the Holiday Inn Express in, I think it's Stella Verde or something like that. And it's right on the border in Arizona. We're making our way back. We did a 5-week road trip, making our way back to Nebraska now. So, but happy to, I just want to hang out with you guys and just talk through some things, see what was on your mind, talk through what I've been doing in the bull market, or bear market, not the bull market, opposite of the bull market. But as is custom, please hit the like button. And I know it's weird to ask you to hit the like button when you're not sure if you like this video yet. But if you like the fact that this video is here, you don't know the content yet. But if you like the fact that this video is here, then please hit the like button. And also, the YouTube algorithm likes to see comments, so that's why you always see YouTubers ask weird questions at the beginning of their videos. Is because those comments, YouTube sees those and think, oh, it must be good, people are commenting. So we like try to trick algorithms. It's kind of like hacking or almost like a rug pull, but towards YouTube. But so if you could comment, and I'm the worst at thinking of these questions. I always just do where you're from, because that's super interesting to me. But I want to know what project in crypto are you most excited about right now? What project are you most excited about right now? And we got Board says, if you dance, I will like the video. Ooh, that's so here's the deal about dancing. So a lot of you don't know this. I'm going to get real personal here. I was homeschooled up until high school. And then I went to a Christian high school and we did not do dances. So I've actually never really danced before. I mean, I've gone to weddings and things like that, but I'm musical. I play the piano, so I have some rhythm, but I don't know. I don't really have good moves. So, you know what? How much of a dance? Like, does this count if I just do this? Hopefully that counts. But some things I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk about the bear market, how everybody's doing. What projects are doing okay for you right now? Has this completely wiped you out? Is there anybody here who just has been completely wiped out? Like they have no money left and they're despairing over their financial situation right now. Let me know that. I want to talk a little about that. I want to talk about what I'm up to, what I'm excited about, um, as I go through the bear market, and then I've partnered up with MEXC. It's a newer exchange. Let's see if I can let me grab a link to MEXC. So I'm kind of started to use that alternative to KuCoin. First thing I like is they are US based. So you kind of have to trick KuCoin if you want to use it in the US. You have to disable your location so they don't know that you're in the US. So MEXC is in the US, so I really like that. And the other thing, the reason that I'm partnered with MEXC is because they sell Biofi. That is the mobile link. Sorry. This is what happens when you do things live. I don't know if I really can't multitask very well either. I need an assistant who, while, because see, like I can't even type into my browser and talk at the same time. I lose my train of thought. I think I'm getting old. I used to be like able to do a lot of things at once. I don't know. The mobile link might have to suffice for now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to grab actual link and talk at the same time. So again, that's where an assistant would. Yeah, it redirects on desktop. Perfect, because I won't be able to do it. So I like MEXC because they are one of the only exchanges that sell Biofi, which is one of my favorite projects right now as we go through the bear market. So I don't know what order to do this in. Maybe let's start by talking about what I'm excited. I'll look at your questions and bring those up as they apply. But first off, what I'm excited about through the bear market, the first one is Biofi. Okay. I am very excited for Biofi and all that they have going on through the bear market. And I talked to their uh, founder quite a bit, Brian, their CEO. I talked to him quite a bit. And Brian, if you're watching, I know you told me some things, and then you said some of it is secret and some of it is not. And I have a very bad memory. You guys don't know this about me. I've actually had 13 concussions because of snowboarding and basketball and soccer and football. I do not remember what you said was a secret and what is not. So there's some big, huge partnerships going for Biofi that are going to be coming out here in the next few weeks. And let's just say I'm buying a lot of Biofi. Okay, it's one of my top dollar cost average coins. And I'm not looking to 2x on this. I'm looking in the next 5 years to 100x on Biofi. That's what I'm looking to do. Okay, I believe, if you look at crypto and how worthless a lot of the tokens are, like a lot of these projects are doing absolutely nothing. And during the bull market, we didn't really notice it. We didn't, I mean, some people did. A lot of people told me, hey, what's the utility for, I'm not going to name any projects specifically. I don't want to get hostile here. But a lot of projects, crypto projects would have, $600 million market caps, and they weren't doing anything. Like they literally were not doing anything. And then you look at something like Biofi and what they're trying to build, and it's crazy how much they're looking to change the world. Okay, so yes, they will. They'll have to burn a lot, or the market cap will have to go very, very high. So, anyways, I'm looking at Biofi as a long-term play. So you can get those on MEXC. And here's the giveaway. So first thing I want to do is I want to give away to someone who watches here live today. I'm going to give just $300 worth of Biofi to someone. Okay, that's just $300 from me. Okay, that's the first thing that we're going to do. We're not going to do it until the end, though. The second part of the giveaway is what MEXC is offering. And to be totally honest, I was a little confused by the giveaway. So I think that if you sign up through MEXC and you deposit at least $500, this is what I'm gathering from reading through this. I should do this before I get live, but you guys can help me through it. I like to be transparent. So and then I think, yeah, you deposit $500, and then if you spot trade over $2,000, that's quite a bit, or you do futures over 10,000, I assume that includes margin, then you automatically get $25 of Biofi, and your 5 people who do that, I think just from my little pool, will get $200 of Biofi. Okay. So, and I'll add in $300 of my own. You don't have to do anything for that. You just have to watch here live. So, thank you to the people at MEXC. I know they're really trying to grow their exchange. So, if you're trying to decide what exchange should you use, check out MEXC. Good team. It is nice. I have the ear of some of the founders. So, if there's new features that you want, you can go in there and we can put a bug in their ear and say, hey, we would like this feature added. And I do want to get to some of your guys' questions, but the other thing I want to talk about with Biofi, they have some huge partnerships coming. I think maybe one announced tomorrow is the plan, and then a really big one next week that I think I'm not supposed to say who it is, but they're big partnerships. We'll say that. The other thing Biofi has going on is this Doge run, and I don't totally know. This is part of their metaverse stuff that they're building. All I know is that the eggs, they priced them in AVAX before. Let's see. Wait, where did I see these? Hold on. Don't watch. Here, I'll hide my screen. They priced these eggs before AVAX crashed to where it is. So it's 10 AVAX to get an egg, which used to be like $1,000 to get an egg. But now it's like $160 to get an egg, and they didn't change the price. And if I can find the link, I will get it here. I know it's on their Twitter page. That's what I'll bring up. So way cheaper to mint now, like $160, and we're not totally sure what the utility is going to be on that. But again, just if you want to be part of the Biofi system, if you believe in what they're doing, I'm just trying to get as many tentacles into the Biofi ecosystem as I can. Was that creepy? Yeah, that's a little creepy. Um, but yes, and there's going to be racing, I know, and I think your dog is going to be a part of that, but I don't exactly know exactly. And then some people have said they have problems staking Biofi, and I'm nervous to do this live just because I can't think about two things at once. If you go to the Biometric Financial website, and their website has been they've been changing it quite a bit. But let me just see if this works. Okay, so if you go to the biometric website, I'll share my screen for this, and we'll just work through it together. This is how you build camaraderie, is working through problems together. Okay, so this is the Biofi website, biometricfinancial.com. Put the link to that, and then if you go to the DApp, and so I don't have all of my Biofi staked. In fact, some of it's still on the MEXC exchange. I need to get it off of there and get it staked. We go to user. So you go to their DApp, go to user, and then you're connecting to their login here. Confirm your email. What kind of problems are you guys running into? I did it before and it was working okay. But let me know what you guys are having problems with. You have to sign the message. Yes, yes, yes. I remember doing this. Yeah, I need to get it all staked. Okay, been successfully verified. And then, yeah, if you have 30K, you can get this gold. 300K, you get this. Diamond, 3 million. And I'm not sure how much I have on MEXC, so I'll have to do this later. But yes, and then you get a certain percentage. You get access to the Biofi ecosystem, and you get like access to the metaverse and free Unis SafeBox if you want to try that out. And I'm sure they're going to be adding other things. So I don't know what problems you guys are having with that, having an issue buying Biofi through MEXC. What issue are you having with that? Because I know I did it the other day, and I don't want to do it live, but I know I was able to do it, and it worked okay the other day. So let me know what problems you're having, and yeah, happy to talk through that with you. And don't ask me questions about Biofi. Maybe I'm kind of with you guys. Like, I don't really. That's why I like to do AMAs, because I really don't know that much about different projects. Can you confirm how long the staking unlock period is? No, I'm sorry, I can't. That's why we need to do an AMA. I have an AMA coming up with them next week or the week after that. And actually, I've got some really cool AMAs coming up soon, so I'm really excited for some of those. If you guys have questions, please, or things you want to talk about, please do let me know, and would love to talk about that with you guys. Yeah, and that was the first thing that I wanted to really get across was just I hope people are not too discouraged about the state of the market. This has actually been good for me. I'm way down on my income, way down on my net worth in crypto, but it's kind of reminded me just to get back to some fun. And it was almost like during the bull market, crypto was too easy. Like we could just get in on any project and it would just 2x, 3x. And it was crazy. And it made you almost, you didn't think about revenue streams. You didn't think about what projects were doing, if they were solving an actual problem or anything like that. It was just, oh, it's a new one that there's hype about. Let's go ahead and do it. Here's a good question. What is your favorite Biofi product? That's a very good question. So Biofi has a bunch of products. Let me bring them up. I think I'm mostly interested more in their API than I am their actual products. So they're doing biometric stuff, right? And they have a bunch of products already. But what I'm really excited about is they're having APIs where basically any software developer can use their technology for their projects, and a cut of that goes back to Biofi. So that I don't know. That's what I'm really excited about, is really to see what other people build, not necessarily them themselves, but what other people build through them. Let's see. I can't figure out what I need to purchase Biofi with. Actually, it's an issue with MEXC, trying to figure out how to purchase the BTC or BNC. So what you need to do, yeah, is you can get some USD or USDT, and then you just go to spot trading, and then make sure you don't do limit. So it says I sent in a buy at 0.0048. I've been waiting to buy in since your last video. Um, Okay, yeah. If you send a, you can set a limit buy, so you can say I'm going to buy at this price, or you can just say at market price I want to buy whatever it's at now. I imagine it's going to be going up here over the next few weeks. And again, what I do is I just dollar cost, and I want to sit there and examine the price every day. I've got too many other things going on. I'm on a 5-week road trip. I don't have time to sit there and watch the price. So what I do is I just go in and buy a certain amount every day. I buy like $250 of Biofi every day, just for now. That's what I'm doing. Biometrics and dog racing is a weird mix. Yes, it is. It is quite a weird mix. So, okay, so Strong. So a lot of you have been asking about Strong, and I'm very, very sad about Strong. So I have 40 some nodes, and it is not worth it for me. They got rid of claim all and pay all node fees for your Ethereum nodes. So I have 30 some Ethereum nodes, and they want me to go click them one by one and claim them and pay the fee on them. And Stronger is at like $6. And so if I claimed all of my Ethereum nodes, I have like 90 or 100 Stronger just sitting there waiting to be claimed, but it costs more to claim it than it does to get it. And so I'm very upset at Strong just in general. Like I've defended them in the past and like said, oh, they take such good care of their investors, and David knows what he's doing. And I've just gotten very discouraged about Strong. And I'm considering just not paying any more of my node fees, not claiming anymore. I don't see how Strong Chain is going to help, but I will be kicking myself if I let all my nodes expire and then I don't, and then Strong Chain comes out, and then the price goes up to 200 or 300 or something like that. But to me, it's just not worth it. It cost me like $300 to pay the fees, and it's just, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me sick to my stomach to think about. But it's just one of those things I guess you learn from. I don't know. How much is Biofi paying you? Answer is 0. So Biofi has never paid me anything. I just like them. So I talked to Brian, the CEO, quite a bit. In fact, I just got off the phone with him today, but they have never paid me even 1 cent. Now I am working on, I would like to partner up with them in some way. Like if there's some way that I can be attached to them and their success, then of course, yeah, I would love to do that. I don't know what that looks like exactly, whether it be, heading up their marketing or something like that. But up till now, at least, Biofi has not paid me anything yet. I just like it. I just like it. So, let's see. EMP money. Yes. So hopefully we're working on getting an AMA with me and Andy. Andy's kind of buying into the EMP, which is maybe why it crashed. Andy, if you're watching, it seems like when you get into things, it's been going so strong, and then it was the whole market crashed. So they are below peg. Let me pull that up and see where they're at on peg right now. They were quite a bit below peg. So what I've been doing for now, I believe they will get back to peg. They have some plans for getting back to peg, and they have just a really strong community, stronger than the strong community. And so I believe, so yeah, they're quite a bit under peg, but they've been over peg for so long. I believe they will come back. So I think these bonds are probably a good buy right now. Again, for those of you who aren't familiar with Tomb Forks with bonds, you can basically, you buy some EMP and then you can swap it for the price of the EMP right now, so 0.78. Oh man, internet is not good at the Holiday Inn. It's letting me down. It's a bummer. Maybe I can lower my video quality. You don't need to see me in HD. Okay, hopefully that helps. I have 2,000 right now, but I'll probably just keep buying more and more every day. And then when it gets above peg, you can swap them back for EMP. And so you can make quite a bit of money for those. Why are you so handsome? I think it's genetics. That's what I that's what I think. We're drinking a lot of water. Maybe that's it. Let's see. Thoughts on Comb, please. Are you still affiliated? Yes. So I am still advising on that, but um, yeah, I don't know what they have coming out. They just came out with their new. What did they call them? Does anyone remember what they called them? The new things that Comb just came out with. I'm an advisor, so I should know. But I'm also trying to. A lot of projects have asked me to be an advisor, and for a while I was just like, "Hey, I'll give anybody advice." So I just said yes to everybody. I'm trying to be a little bit more um, exclusive, where it's like ones I really believe in. Comb is one I really believe in. I love Debouche and I love Moon capsules. Yes, thank you. They're capsules. Um, so yes, they just released those. I tell you what, they are the hardest working team, and they get things out quickly. They're usually ahead of the market, so they're usually looking ahead. And if they're just in some price, I mean, the markets are obviously terrible, and they've really attached themselves to Phantom, which Phantom has done um, just very poorly. So, but I do really love the team. I think there'll be some price discovery, but I think long term they will probably be okay. So I don't think they're going to zero. Let's see. Have you considered getting involved with your friend Andy is doing with mining and Musk miners? I have. And actually, me and Andy have been working on a bunch of things around mining and things like that. I have a lot invested in these KDA miners, so I'm a little burned out on mining. Also, too, at prices this low, personally, I think it makes more financial sense to just buy Bitcoin if you want it. Um, just with where the price of the miners are and the price of Bitcoin, that's where I feel like is it makes most sense just to buy it for now. Same with Kadena. It does not make sense to buy a KD5 or KD6 miner right now. It makes more sense just to buy Kadena. And then if the price goes up, then you'll make money that way. Yes, the Phoenix X1 phone. So yeah, that's a phone that Biofi is creating that's going to be integrated with the blockchain. And actually, I'm very curious to see how exactly they do that and what exactly it is. They said that I can be a beta tester for it. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully that comes soon. What do you know about BUSD Crops Farmer? I've heard of it, but I do not know anything about it. I'm very sorry. Honestly, I have not been looking at as many projects, like just brand new projects. Unless I hear about it from a lot of different people, I haven't really been looking into that much. Just because with the markets down, I don't have nearly as much money to just throw around. I used to like this. Hopefully, this doesn't sound like bragging, but like when Drip was up at a certain point and all my projects were up at a certain point, like I had so much money every day where it was like, hey, I need something to put $1,000 into. Please, somebody just tell me a random project and I'll give it a try. I have to be a little more careful now because most projects are losing me money and just don't have as much to throw around. So got it from several places. I haven't been looking into that much. Can you explain how to get in the queue to redeem your trunk for 1 BUSD? Yes. So Elephant, they've been really struggling to get back to peg. Yeah, and it's kind of just a catch-22 where like the longer that you're off peg, the less people believe, and so then the more that people just want to get out and that they don't want to get their money in, and then so they created this queue system where you couldn't just cash out your trunk immediately. You had to go into this queue, and then you could after a certain point. I believe you just go and redeem, and then you get put into the queue, but once you're in the queue, you can't start a new request. So make sure you have all the trunk in there that you're wanting to redeem before you go into the queue. And the queue is moving very slowly right now, but I don't know where peg is getting worse. I think it's having an adverse effect because when people feel like they can't get their money out, they they want to get in less. Okay, we saw this with a lot of like when the node projects started adding in claim taxes and sell taxes and things like that. You think that will help your project by like making money's harder to get out, so that will make the price go up. But the reality is, if people get worried that, oh, hey, if I get in, I'm not going to be able to get out my money when I want, then fewer people get in. And that's my opinion. I have an AMA coming up with Bank Teller too from Elephant Money. But that's my take too, is for me, I've not been compounding as much elephant because it's like, am I ever going to get this out? Like the peg's getting worse and now there's this queue. So I don't know. That's my take on it. Grape has been holding up awesomely. So Grape, I don't know what is going on over there, but they are doing awesome. And so I've been putting more in there. Let's see what else. What else are we talking about here today? This is fun. I love just hanging out with you guys without a guest. I can just talk about whatever I feel like. How are you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well financially and health-wise. Yes, I am doing very well. So one thing, I'm a Christian, and I've noticed that God just takes care of me. I used to worry a lot about finances, and one thing that you might find strange is you might think that as you grow in finances that you worry about it less, but that's not actually the reality. Yeah, I remember when I was in high school thinking, man, if I could just make $60,000 a year, I'll be totally satisfied. I'll never worry about money again. And then you hit those numbers, and then it's like expenses catch up, and then you have more that you want to do, and then the number goes up, and the number goes up. And then, a lot of people look at my situation that I'm in financially and think, oh, wow, you probably have like no worries. But it's just crazy how like the more money God gives you, the more places he's given me to kind of take care of. We'll put it that way. And so, and he's also really trying to wean me off of being worried about money, because I tend to worry. And he's just taught me time and time again. I'm not going to show you exactly where the money's going to come from, but he's taught me I will take care of you no matter what happens. So he uses times like this. Like obviously, a lot of my investments are down, but then there's others that are up. One I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about was Gold Mint. Gold Mint was just a surprise, and God does this also to me. Sorry to so much spiritual talk, but it is my, I have no guests. I can talk about whatever, but God knows that I'm very prideful. And so one thing that he's consistently done is the things that I focus on and try to do well at, they don't do as well, because I think God knows if those did well, I would say, man, Jimmy, look how smart you are. You tried to do this, and you called this coin and it went way up. You are a genius. But what he has done time and time again is the ones that I focus on, like Olympus. Olympus Dow is one of my big ones. I think this is going to change the world. But those don't do well. But then he has these on the side, like Drip was what side project for me. This Gold Mint, I've like 20x. And they're just these side ones that I didn't really believe in that much. I didn't think they were going to do that well. And then every time it happens, I know I can't take pride in it because I didn't really do anything. But he keeps taking care of me, and I know he will continue to do that. So, but this is Gold Mint. It's PAXG is a crypto coin that is tied to the price of gold, and this is just killing it right now. So I think I put in 2K, and it's worth like 25K right now or something like that. And it's making 2% a day. And I recommend checking it out. It's on Ethereum. So unless you're putting in a decent sized bag, it's not worth the gas fees. That's the one unfortunate. But as we talked about in an AMA I did with them not too long ago, that might have protected the Tomb Fork a little bit. So let's see. So Tavern is another one. They announced they're having rewards. I love the team at Tavern. They're a group of young guys that we worked through some stuff with them. And yeah, unfortunately, the market is not good. They are a project that relies on new investors coming in, and there's not new investors. It's crazy. We're under $1 trillion market cap in all of crypto right now. That's absolutely crazy. I can't I just don't believe it. I never thought we would see us under $1 trillion market cap. So they're going to have a hard time. I don't think having rewards is going to help. You need a revenue. You can't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you can just like lower. I don't know. I don't think you can hurt investors now to save a project. Like we're finding out with Strong, you need revenue coming in. You can't just like mess with investors and not let them take as much money out and things like that. It doesn't seem like it works. What do you think about stable funds? So that is one that a bunch of people have been asking me about. I'll be honest, I've not looked that much into it. Um, having stable in the name, I think to me is just like alarm bells. Everything that says it's stable is not stable. But I have heard a bunch of people ask about it. I should probably look into it. Yes, I think e-bonds are a very good investment right now on EMP. I do use a hardware wallet. Actually, I have several. I have a ledger, and let me see if I can find it. So here's what a ledger looks like if you've never had one before. So I use this ledger for some things. Then I also have a Trezor that I use for other things. So I have like 50 wallets. If anybody ever got into one of my wallets, I don't know. I have so many different wallets for so many different things that they'd probably be confused. But yeah, Trezor, Ledger. I do recommend having a hardware wallet just so people can't, steal your stuff. What's the highest price of Biofi that it will hit? That's a great question. What I usually do is I go check out the market cap and I maybe think about what market cap they might end up at. And then you kind of, go that direction to kind of figure out what they might end up at. So they're currently sitting at, you can't even market cap. But that's what I kind of do to go calculate it. But the sky's the limit. They're very small right now, and they have a lot of big partnerships coming, and I think they're going to be doing some big things. Thoughts on new Horde fractional plots? Yeah, I don't know I did not think Horde would work, especially when the market crashed, and it's just been crazy to me how consistent that's been. So I have 10 plots. I had 5, and then I gave them a challenge, and then bought another 5. But I think they're good. How long will the bear market go on? That's a really good question. Probably for a while. Yeah, really, what makes the bear market or bull market go is big whale investment money. Is it coming in or not? Okay, so I look at the market cap of all of crypto to kind of know where we're at in the cycle. So in October, we had a $3 trillion market cap in all of crypto. Now we're at 900 billion. So we've lost $2.1 trillion in market cap in crypto. Okay, that's just money going out of crypto. Okay, money never disappears, right? Like it's just transferred from one place to another. Sometimes it appears. It never disappears. Sometimes it appears, though, when the Fed decides to print, do I want to get into my economic woes? I think the whole economy is in pretty bad shape right now. I've been really thinking about and spending a lot of time reading about what I think is a safe place for your assets. I think real estate is a bit of a bubble. Crypto is definitely a bubble. The stock market's a huge bubble. But inflation's so high that you can't hold it in cash. And it's like, well, what do you do with your money then? So one thing that I've learned, I used to run my own business, but businesses will always make money. So if you're solving people's problems, the way capitalism is designed, if you're solving someone else's problems, you will be fine financially. So that's really what I've been honing into is looking for what problems, what do people want, and who is it that's giving them what they want. So that's something where like Biofi comes in, and they're doing a lot of things. They're building solutions for businesses. That's where the whole DAG ecosystem, I think they're building solutions for businesses. So that's why I'm really big on DAG. I'm also really big, and this has been difficult to work through as a Christian, which we can talk through this a little bit. By the way, I'm about 10 minutes behind on the comments, so I will catch up though. But marijuana stuff is just there's crazy returns to be made, and I've gone back and forth. That marijuana. When I was a kid, marijuana was very taboo, especially among Christians. It was like no. I kind of struggle with seeing how it's much different than alcohol, and I know different people have different thoughts on that, but there's a lot of investments in marijuana right now as it's kind of a growing industry. Marijuana is not able to use banking, so they rely on private investors, like us. And so there's just been a ton of opportunities, and I think the marijuana market's going to continue to grow. As we just got out of California; it's legal there. We're in Arizona now; it's legal here. Um, so the only hesitancy I have is how you feel about it as a Christian. Um, so yeah, I've been looking a lot at that. Have you heard any alpha on yield notes potentially capping investors? No, I have not heard that. I have been increasingly more and more concerned with yield note and just longevity of it as the market crashes. And just there's been some video coming out with people saying that it's just a Ponzi and things like that. I can ask Steve. I have a Skype open with him, and I talk to him pretty frequently. But I can ask him about that. I'm hoping they're doing an audit. There's a chance I might be going out to Malta to visit with the team and really just dig into the numbers and dig into exactly what they're doing. I did dig into all the coins they're master noting and saw, oh yeah, you could be making these returns. But then some other people said, well, the reason those coins are having those types of gains and market caps is because Yield Nodes is trading them to make them have those market caps. So you'd have to do a pretty extensive audit to really figure this out. Should I wait to see if Bitcoin drops more? My philosophy is that you'll never find the bottom or the top, so always best to just dollar cost average. You just figure out what it is that you think is going to do well long term, and then you just don't even look at the price. You just go in and buy a certain amount. So again, I have a KuCoin bot that is doing $200 a day of Bitcoin. And that's what I do. I have not looked at Ripeye Finance. I do love Tomb Forks, though. Tomb Forks seem to do very well. And Ricardo, yes, DCA on BTC. Yep, totally agree. Yes, there's a lot of the problem with Kadena is just that it's down at $1.50. I can't believe it. I would have never thought. Biofi. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Biofi, I'm going to post a link to their website. This is their website, and you can buy it on MEXC, which I am a partner on MEXC now. So if you want to go check out that exchange, I'll post my link again. I do get some, honestly, might ask, what do you get for me using your link on MEXC? I don't know. They told me. Sometimes I get really confused by a lot of words. I'm very much a TLDR person. I don't know. I have a hard time like thinking through long sentences. Any thoughts on Thor? Yes. So they're building the Gods of Asgard game, which I'm going to be demoing this week. I might actually do that live potentially. Is demo their Gods of Asgard game. The makers of the Gods of Asgard game say that they think the price that the game could bring the price of Thor up to 200. Now take that with a grain of salt because founders of projects always say good things about their projects. I do know, I think over half of Thor nodes are offline and not receiving right now because it's just not worth it. So I hope they're able to turn it around. Loki he's one of my best crypto friends, if you will. And so actually, I just messaged him the other day. I have a video I'm going to be doing about which node projects are going to survive. And I'm going to go through all the different node projects, the old node projects, and just kind of say what each of them are kind of throwing these Hail Mary passes to save what they have. And so I'm going to just do a video where I go through kind of all the Project X, Vapor, Thor, Strong, what are some others, Comb, all of these, and just kind of say, hey, here's the Hail Mary that they're kind of throwing. Let's see, what did Loki say they're up to? So yeah, the NFT nodes they're playing during in their marketplace. There are a lot of places coming out with marketplaces. I don't know that we need this many NFT marketplaces. They are like a great money maker, but I just don't know that you need that many markets. Gold Society, I believe they're relaunching. I have a lot of AMAs scheduled, but Luke from Golden Society, I have an AMA with them coming up. They've got some big things they're working on, but I don't have details yet. If you have lots of KDA, I know KD Launch needs a KYC, but Hypercenter are launching their own Marmalade marketplace. That might be interesting. I think I'm sitting on like 10K um, KDA. Like I have a lot of KDA because I've just been mining it for so long and not selling anything because why sell it? So I have a lot of KDA. And like I hope it gets back. If it ever gets back up, then I'll have a lot of money. But I can't remember. I know I've talked a lot with Drew from Wolfer Finance. I think we have an AMA coming up, but I do not know when it is scheduled. I'm sorry. Have you invested in Sphere? Yes. I have. I've been DCAing into Sphere. Actually, since they announced they're getting rid of their rebase, I've been more interested in Sphere. I do not like the rebase tokens. But yeah, I've been investing in Sphere. They're another one that I've been talking with them about partnering and like maybe doing a monthly AMA with Simsala or something like that. Alex says, "Love the real estate info you went over the other day. Would love to see more real estate info." Yes, I'm considering. As I look for, yeah, I've been considering looking for more rental properties, and then kind of putting just my experience with that, like how I look, and going through, how I vet it and all those things. The problem with rental properties is like it's so much work. Like it is a lot of work to find a property, to get the financing put together, sign all the paperwork, inspect the property, all this. And then really what you end up with is an asset that's making you maybe say $800 a month. Um, but then I look at crypto and like, even these medicinal marijuana, and actually, it's a lot of it's not medicinal anymore. I need to stop saying that because now recreational marijuana is legal. But juicy fields, I'm just going to use this as an example. This is one where it's like I think I can get better returns from buying these marijuana plants and selling the harvest than a rental property, and it's so much less work. So I just have a hard time as I'm looking for rental properties. I'm like, man, this would be so much work, and is it really going to be worth it compared to some of the other things? Another one that I just put a bunch in today was Novatech. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. I'm looking to get an AMA done with them also, and I think I have a referral link. I should definitely be. I'll have to get it later. I don't exactly know what it is. Maybe this. I'll have to log in and find it. But they're another trading platform, and so it's hard for me to get too much into real estate. I'm a part of an apartment syndication, which I think I mentioned the other day. Sunrise Multifamily is I met this guy. Um, MD is his name. I met him a while ago, and he buys like these luxury apartment buildings and then revamps them and then sells them, and he's made me quite a bit of money. I think you have to be an accredited investor for that, but again, I'll post the link if you want to look into that. That's way easier than doing a rental on your own. I mean, if you do a rental on your own, and you're willing to put in the work, you can make more money doing that, but it's a lot of work. What chain is Grape on? It's on AVAX. Yep. Yeah, and I'm still about 15 minutes behind on comments, it looks like. So I will catch up eventually. Yeah, the more you have, the more you stand to lose. And that's definitely correct. The more you have, the more you stand to lose. And the more, like, so I have about 25% in stock market, 25% in real estate, 25% in crypto, and 25% in alternative investments. And, when I sold my business, ended up with a chunk of money. And it is, you have to look for somewhere where it's like, where is this going to be safe? And there's really not a lot of places I feel very safe right now. Need a whitelist. What do you need a whitelist for? Happy to get you one, but I'm not sure what you need. I don't think you need one for Doge Run. Quant Killer says, I know you like DAG and Biofi for long-term holds. Any others I can look at? Yes, so pretty much anything on the DAG ecosystem. So I really like Jam is another one. CBD is a CBD company on the DAG ecosystem. And actually, I have a AMA, I think, with 6 different DAG projects coming up over the next few weeks. and I'll put them all on my main channel as kind of dedicated videos. I think those would all be good long-term holds. I also like Flux because your friend Andy told me to. I actually, it's in your name too, Quant. Seems like it's, pretty decent. My alarm's going off, but I don't know where my phone is. There it is. The alarm. See, I have an alarm. Check EMP money because we're about hitting the time of the day where you have to claim the detonator. So I have an alarm that goes off every day to tell me to check it. So don't forget to do that. If you have EMP money in the detonator, you have 15 minutes before the day is over. So go ahead and go, compound it or whatever it is you're going to do. Let's see. Saw your Twitter poll on drip forks. I think Piston can turn it around. What do you think? I hope they're able to. I really liked the team, and I like what they're doing. I'm really learning to believe that I'm not interested when projects say we're building a revenue stream because it takes too long. Like you don't know when it's going to come, and people need these revenue streams sooner. Oh, did I miss? How did that happen? Wait. Okay, no, yeah, no, good. Okay, I thought I missed the EMP thing. The time zones have been really messing up my EMP claiming. Did I miss it? I don't know. What time is it? I can't tell what time it is. I don't think I missed it. I think I'm good. But the time zones have been really messing with my EMP because it's 6 o'clock Central Time, but I never know what time zone I'm in. And then Arizona does, I think they're Mountain Time, but then they don't do daylight savings time or something like that. Time zones are the worst. So. See, Ryan says, it's strange. My wife and I have more money today than we've ever had by quite a bit, and I spend much more time managing our financial lives than I ever did before. Yeah, it's crazy how money just finds a way to go. Like, it doesn't matter how much you make. I think you'll never just have extra money sitting around where you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with that. Like, it just never has happened in my life. No matter how much I make, there's places that come to push it somewhere. Is Biofi holding stable in the crazy market? Actually, yes. I believe they're. I think they fell a bit. The coin market cap, Biofi. Let me pull it up here. My computer is very slow. I've actually had this same. So I have a nice computer at home, but my laptop. I've had this laptop since 2012, I believe. So 10 years. So yeah, Biofi up 57%. Today. So, that's pretty good. That's what you like to see. This is kind of what we've seen the last month. So they have big partnership, I think, announced tomorrow. So again, I just dollar cost average. I think they're going to do well going forward. Mango, you can have a God like that if you would like. So again, I believe that some people, you guys have some funny comments. I believe that the Bible's true. So the Bible says that we're all sinners and our sin separates us from God. Jesus Christ came to earth. He's God's son. He never sinned, but he took the penalty for us. And so according to the Bible, if you put your faith in Jesus, you say, hey, I believe that you are God, that I'm a sinner, that you died and paid the penalty for my sin, then that fixes your relationship with God. And then like Romans 8:28 says that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love him and are called according to his purpose. Oh, you'll have to come say hi to the audience too. Actually, I do. I want to introduce you guys. I've talked about some of the college students that live with us. This is my friend Ghana. So hi everybody. His name is Ghana, but he is from Cameroon, which is confusing. But yeah, he's been living with us for the last 5 years. 5 years, yeah. 5 years or so. So he's a great man of God, and he's always preaching. He yelled preach when I was talking about God working things together for good. So yes, everyone say hi to Ghana. Now when I talk about Ghana or the college students, you know who I'm talking about. That's Ghana. Have you thought about starting a separate channel for Tomb Forks? Yes, I have. The James Pelton Tomb Fork channel. Yeah, if you have specific questions, I'd love to talk through. What I do in my spare time as I've been driving is I actually wrote this like long note just thinking about the the economies behind works and why they seem to work okay, and where does money come from, and why, like, how is it not a Ponzi scheme, and why is it working? And I drew all these diagrams about Tomb Forks. So yes, I've thought a lot about Tomb Forks, and I'd love to discuss if you have any questions about it or um, anything you want to talk about. Seems like you're always traveling, James. The market must be treating you well. Yes, we've been on a 5-week road trip. So we started in Nebraska. We went down through Utah to Zion National Park, went to Vegas, went to Reno, went to Sacramento, went to San Diego. Now we're going through someone we're traveling with. Her grandpa lives around here in southern Arizona, so we're visiting him. And then we're going to make our way. I think we're going to Carlsbad Caverns. Then we're going to go through Tulsa. I don't know what's in Tulsa, but it's on our way home. And then we have friends in Salina, Kansas. So we're going to go there. Then we will be back to Lincoln, Nebraska. So I'm excited. What I'm mainly excited for is to have non-Holiday Inn internet. I'm excited to have my computer back, and I'm excited to have my microphone back. My audio is not good. For some reason, my mic doesn't work on my laptop. Nope. No to Titano, no to Libero, no to Seifu. They're all trying different things to kind of salvage what's there, but no, I'm not I don't like the rebase. So Libero's doing some unique things. I might actually have the Libero team. Funny story about Libero. So we were working on putting together a video, but then every time I went to do the video, the token was way down, and it's never good to do a video like while the token's way down. And so we kept putting off the video over and over and over again, and now Libero's just completely down. But they still want to do a video. They have some new things that they're working on. There's a chance I might do that. And yeah, Seifu, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan. I had an AMA with Brian. We had a good time, but I don't know. I just not a big fan of those projects personally. I like your research style. People, good team, good prizes. Yeah, thank you. What I've found is my take on things is not usually very good. My best take is my take on people. So yeah, I feel like I'm best off when I just meet people, meet teams, and then connect with them, and then I try to invest more in people than I do in projects. I found that's best bet. When do you think the market will recover? I'm 20 minutes behind now in comments. I might have to skip a few and to catch back up. But yeah, I don't think it'll be soon. And again, I think that our economy in general, the world economy, is in pretty bad shape. If you look at the Chinese real estate market, it's in shambles. The Japanese bond market's really in really bad shape. The whole world economy is in bad shape, and we've printed too much money, and I just don't know the best way out of it. Honestly, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. So I've been reading a lot of just like economy books. We tend to have, if you look at the history of economy, I don't want to get into this too much because I don't really know that much about it, but it seems like we go in these cycles of about 80 years of economies growing. This happened even in like ancient Rome. Economies grow, and then just this complete crash and like the Great Reset or whatever. And I don't know, it's kind of looking like we're due for that at some point. And I don't know the best way. People have said, well, crypto will be the best way to get through that. I don't know. Some people I listen to say you should buy. Who was I listening to? Was it Rich Dad Kawasaki? I think he said the best investment you can make right now is cans of tuna. Is what he was saying, is buy food. Mark Cuban said the best investment you can make right now is go stock up on goods like toothbrushes, toothpaste, etc. I don't know. I just diversify. And again, I try not to worry about it too much. I diversify as much as I can, be as wise as I can, but then I trust the Lord that he's going to take us through it. Do you have some advice for people starting with just a couple $1,000s? Yes, I would say find a project that you think is stable. So I don't know if that's yield nodes or freeway or some kind of fund where you're not going to lose it. Maybe freeway is the best place. Again, gotta always put my referral links when I can. Let's see. Copy paste. Okay, yeah, referral links for Freeway. Um, but get a fund going that's increasing your wealth. Okay, so it could be Freeway, it could be like Bitcoin or DAG or Biofi, but start developing like it's like a bottom line, a bottom bucket of, hey, here's my wealth, and it's going up over time. I wouldn't recommend putting $2,000 into these like real volatile things. Although Bitcoin's pretty volatile, so maybe I contradicted myself there. But you don't want to lose that $2,000 basically. So you want to get something that is just going to only go up. So again, maybe Freeway is the right place for that. And then you want to maybe use some of these degen plays, like maybe Drip or EMP, Grape. Grape's looking really good right now. It's one of my top things. And then start using the funds that you get out of there. Take profits regularly because you don't know when these are going to fall apart. Like I didn't know EMP that the going to fall out. Again, I think they'll get back to egg, but just take your profit while it's coming. For a while, I was making $700 a day on EMP. And fortunately, I was taking a lot of that profit out and putting it in other places. And then you can start to build up, your Freeway or yield nodes. And that's kind of your wealth going forward is now I have, $20,000 in Freeway that's making, what's 43% of $20,000, making $8,000 a year from that. It's staying ahead of inflation. And that's kind of how I would approach it if I was starting with a couple $1,000. I do have plans to make a series where I start with $1,000 in a wallet and then just kind of grow it. Or maybe maybe like 4 different wallets that I have different strategies in and kind of just show how they're doing each month. Have you heard of Aegis audits? I have not, but I do like revenue streams. So audits are a good revenue stream. KYC is good revenue stream. One thing, which we see this in regular business too, but we see it more in crypto, is when one project finds a good revenue stream, 1,000 copy it. So like NFT marketplaces, there's so many of them now. Like it's crazy how many have started. Another one is what do you call them? Launch pads. There's been so many launch pads popping up because people found, ooh, it's a good revenue stream. But then there's so many now where it's hard for any of them to make very much money. How do I protect my MetaMask wallet? Really, if you don't give your seed phrase to anyone, you should be pretty okay. The other thing is, I don't keep everything in one wallet. The main way people get access is if you give them your seed phrase, or if they somehow get a virus on your computer and take over your MetaMask, they take over your Chrome browser, which is where your keys live. You don't have a hardware wallet. I'd probably recommend getting a hardware wallet, and you can actually move your MetaMask keys to your hardware wallet. I'd probably recommend that just to be safe rather than sorry. Paul, that's awesome. Fellow Christian with the business, feel like I'm being called to this. Yeah. And I recommend too, for people, young men especially, spend more time thinking about what you're going to do with the money that you make. Like, who are you going to help? What's it for? Rather than, and what I found is when you do that, the money will come to you for those things. So yes, appreciate your comment. Updated thoughts on Thor and Gods of Asgard. Do you think it's a good team? I do think it's a good team. I think, as we all were kind of blinded by the bull market, I think they waited a little bit too long to get a revenue stream. So now they're really playing from behind the 8 ball, and it's going to be just really tough to come back from this. As bad as it was for investors, it helped the protocol now that half of Thor nodes are offline. But you kind of had to like really screw investors to do that. So that's the bummer. I think there's probably not a lot of, they've lost a lot of faith from investors. So I do like the team. I mean, Loki's one of my best friends. So that's why it's always hard to talk about projects, is because it's like I love the teams. And so it's hard for me to be like super critical. And it's like I didn't know either. When Thor was growing, I didn't know, they're going to need a revenue stream coming up quick. Like I just, it's hard to tell what's going to happen in the market. How do you determine how much money you put into each project? That's a very good question. Sometimes it's just how much money I happen to have sitting around. Like for example, I just did $2,500 into Novatech. Okay, this trading bot, which again I'll do a video and I'm gonna post a tweet about it too. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I tweeted like 50 times yesterday because I was driving. I don't You probably shouldn't tweet while you drive, but I pulled over for each 50 of them. No, I didn't. But it just I had a lot on my mind about economy and all these things. So I was just tweeting out left and right. I'm also going to start doing more YouTube shorts because if I just have a thought, it's kind of hard for me to make a video, but I can do YouTube short and then pop off. So, but yeah, so like Novatech, I just had $2,500 sitting in my wallet. And so it's like, how much am I going to put into Novatech? $2,500 sounds good. So a lot of times that's what I do. Sometimes I have a goal for like, if I'm not making, a lot of times I have a goal of $100 a day from a project. So like um, we'll use Horde as an example. So Horde gives you zero point 0.1 Horde tokens per plot a day. So, and Horde's trading at about $100. It's a little bit over. So to get $100 a day, you're going to need one Horde token, which means I'm going to need 10 plots. Okay, so I know if I get 10 Horde plots, I'll be making $100 a day. If I'm not making $100 a day, then it's not worth it for me to go in and claim every day. And I don't know. I just like, like I have that 10K journey to 10K a day in passive income. So a lot of times I'm thinking, how much am I going to make a day from this? And just so you guys know too, I might be tweaking that a little bit because I'm dollar cost averaging so much into like DAG and Biofi and Bitcoin and those don't help my daily, those don't help my journey. And so like if you're going to have a journey and you're doing things that don't help you in that journey, it's not the right journey to be documenting. So I don't know I might switch it to like my journey to $1 million in crypto assets or something like that. But we'll kind of see. Yeah, the THC market is blowing up. Yeah, it's only going to get crazier. And again, normally when businesses are looking to grow and scale, they'll just go to a bank, right? And banks give really good, even though rates are up right now. But because marijuana is not federally legal, then banks can't interact with marijuana, at least yet. And so all these marijuana projects that want to scale, they're looking for investors. And so you can easily, there's a ton of places that you can make 18, 19% annually, just giving money, kind of loans to these marijuana companies. And yeah, and it's heavily collateralized, so it's pretty safe. And now they're starting to move into crypto. They're finding, we can use crypto to kind of fund some of this. So yeah, there's a ton of potential there. Another thing too, if everything does crash around us, there's some industries that are always going to do well, no matter how bad the economy gets. There's some industries that are always going to do well. So like food is always going to be a good industry to invest in. Consumables like alcohol or marijuana or whatever, those are always going to be, unless the government intervenes, and makes it illegal or something like that. That hurts those industries. But those industries, the worse the economy gets, the better, like alcohol and marijuana it does. So I don't know. It's just something to keep in mind. So then again, there's always these fine lines as a Christian. How much you want to get into that. So outside of Biofi, out of everyone you've spoken to, which project are you most bullish on? What's related to Biofi? DAG. The DAG network in general. LTX is the exchange on DAG. So, if you think about like what happened to PancakeSwap with the Binance Smart Chain, if you believe that DAG is going to blow up and get huge, well, LTX is the PancakeSwap of DAG. So by necessity, if DAG blows up, LTX will also blow up along with it. And let's see, what non-DAG projects am I really excited about? I mean, I do like what Sphere is doing. I'd be pretty bullish on that. Honestly, I like Drip. Okay, I know I took a ton of flack for saying Drip is not safe, and which is so silly. I hate the Drip. They're the worst. But I really Forex is building a lot of cool stuff, and just the fact that the community is so like frantically obsessed with drip, and if we could just get some marketing going for drip, I believe it could be big. Um, so I'm pretty bullish on that also. I and Bitcoin just kind of in general, like this is a crazy price for Bitcoin. Like I can't believe that we're down here. You know, when we were at 60K, if you had told me that would be at 20K ever again in my whole life, I would have been like, that's crazy. And so then a lot of people, you know, like you might think, oh, it's on its way to zero. But that's honestly, that's what people have thought every time Bitcoin has crashed, and it still goes up. So Bitcoin, I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin still. Piston, yeah. If you're not familiar with Piston, got to get my referral link out there. Let's see, where's my referral link? Oh, I have like a Google Doc full of all my referral links, but I actually don't have my Piston token one in there. I put that in there. I do like Team Piston. I had an AMA with them. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. But they're actually a really fun team. But yeah, the price is way down. Unfortunately, I'll get you a link to that. How many Hydra Whale Mining Club NFTs do you own? I think I ended up with 3, so not a ton. But I like the team there a lot and like what they're doing. Sometimes when I see that like somebody's getting into Bitcoin mining, or when I see someone doing something that I could do, I think, well, why am I getting in? Why don't I just do what they're doing? You know, why don't I just get in Bitcoin? If I think Bitcoin mining is going to do well, then why don't I just get into it? So I don't go too hard into those things. Here's the link to Piston token, by the way. Let's see. Have you tried Finnevant's wallet yet? No, I have not actually. I keep meaning to. Every time I go to their website, I mean to try, but I haven't yet. Polar, yes, I do like Polar. Polar's up a bit today. It's a little, if it crashes and then goes up, we celebrate that. That's not, that's not really something to celebrate. They do have some cool things on the horizon. They're another one where I actually had an AMA recorded with them, but then the day I was going to release it, they were down like 50%. And it doesn't make sense to release a video at times like that, but they've got some cool things that they're building. I used to have a Dash Diamond masternode, but it was too complicated to keep it going. And I figured I would just rather invest in yield notes. So I got rid of it. Any update on Forest Financial? No, I have trees, and I need to go reach out to Pim, and I've not heard from them for a while. I don't know. Is it going well? I don't know. Let me know. If you ever want to dip into SoCal real estate, humble to hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, usually I'm looking in cheaper places just because, if I'm looking for a rental property, capital and is so valuable to me, especially with crypto, what I can do with capital in crypto. So I'm always looking to spend as little capital as I can. And SoCal just has very expensive real estate. Like, it's hard to find decent properties without a huge down payment and stuff like that. So I'm very interested to hear what your alternative investments are. Yeah, I would love to talk about that a little bit. So I talked kind of a little bit about some of my real estate stuff. So like DLP Capital, I have quite a bit in with them. But they're a housing fund that's been getting about 12% annually. I've been doing some storage units. What company was I doing that through? I can't think of what company I was doing that through. I'll have to look up who I have my storage units through, but I've been doing some storage units. Madison Capital, is that a thing? I think I think this is where there's a lot of Madison Capitals. I'll have to get you info on that. Unfortunately for alternative investments, that's one reason that crypto is so nice. A lot of alternative investments, you have to be an accredited investor. So you need $1 million net worth or 200K income for the last 3 years or something like that. You have to have a CPA write out saying, yes, they are an accredited investor. And for some alternative investments, you actually need to be a qualified purchaser, which means you need $5 million of investable assets. So you have to have an accountant write up something saying, hey, he has $5 million. Excuse me. That's one of the reasons that I like crypto. Is it drove me crazy that some of these great alternative investments, you have to already be rich to take part of them, and that just it bummed me out. So that's why I like crypto is you can get into some of these investments without being an accredited investor for now, at least. But it is more volatile. I have to cough, so I'm going to mute for 1 second. There you go. One more time. I don't think I have COVID though. Let's see, 7:47 Eastern. Okay, 13 minutes. Let's see. I'm going to try to catch up on my comments. Ever checked into making an 8-plex of a 4-plex into condos? No, I have not looked into that. I've looked into a lot of things, but not that. I usually prefer. Actually, for a while, what I was doing was Airbnbs, because you actually can collect more rent through Airbnb than you can through long-term rentals. It's a little bit more work, but it's more profitable in most places. But even that, like, just there's so much in crypto right now where even with the market down, I just feel like my money can go further in crypto than it can with a lot of these rental units. Yes, I am married. We actually were. I'm 34, but we're about to celebrate our 14th anniversary. So we got married very young, and I have 3 kids: 8-year-olds, 10-year-old, 8-year-old, and if they come in here, I think they're at the pool, which I probably should head down there before too long. But I'll introduce them at some point. Then we have right now. We have 4 other people living with us, kind of college students. One from Cameroon, who you met. One from Rwanda, a college girl, and one student age person who's just she's looking for a place right now, and then we'll probably move out. So, but we kind of consider them all family. So like we took them on this trip and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a crazy house, but it's a lot of fun. I am praying. I have like 15K that's locked in Animal Farm and I can't get it out. In some ways, that's good because I couldn't lose it when the market crashed. But I would love for Animal Farm to come back and be profitable. A JP Tune Fork channel I'd watch every day. That's awesome. I would love to do that. I didn't know. Oh, here's interesting. Ooh, we got some controversy. Preaching God, but you can't reply to DM messages and then block people. You're typical hypocrite. I take it maybe that you DM me, or possibly. I mean, I get a lot of DMs about. I don't know what's your Twitter username, and I'll look at it. I have a team that checks my Twitter messages. I get probably about 80 a day. So what's your Twitter name? I'm happy to take a look at it again. But yeah, my guess is I don't know. Did you insult me, or I don't know? Why did I block you? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's go here. Thoughts on Vapor? Yeah, again, another team that I actually absolutely love, and they've been working on Vapor decks. I think it's close. Vapor chain. I'm probably bigger on the decks than the chain, but now there's a lot of dexes. I think I have a hard time. I want to have the Vapor team back on for an AMA. Crypto Sensei is really big on Vapor still, and he's usually right. He's right more than he's wrong. Okay, but yeah, I have a hard time imagining how a chain and dex help the price of the token go up. That's my honest opinion. Do you think Tomb Forks are actually Ponzi-nomics? You know, yes, in some ways. I mean, Ponzi-nomics is so difficult because like all money has to come from somewhere. Okay, so money can't appear out of thin air unless you print it. And so then, yeah, you always have to ask, well, where's the money coming from? And really, the way economy, I could talk about Tomb Forks all day, but the way economy is designed to work, this is how all economies really are designed to work, is you have something pegged to something, and then if it's below peg, you, you sell bonds. If it's above peg, you print more. Okay, and that's how the U.S. economy is designed to work. It's supposed to be pegged to gold. When it's below, you sell bonds to raise the price of the dollar. When it's above gold, then you're supposed to print more to get at the price of gold. And so the Fed is really not supposed to be able to just decide when they went to print. This is my understanding of it. I'm not an economic expert. I just read and then think I'm an economic expert. Um, so really, what Tomb Forks are doing is they are playing economic games to provide more liquidity for an existing token. So I think Tomb Fork, the healthiest way to look at it is you're actually investing in the asset that they are pegged to, is what you're actually investing in. And the Tomb Fork is just a tokenomic game to provide extra liquidity for that, if that makes sense. Now, where it gets really confusing is something like Grape Finance, where it's pegged to a stable coin, which really doesn't make a lot of sense to have extra liquidity on a stable coin. So I've spent a lot of time figuring out how Grape Finance works. Um, so yeah, I don't know if that's helpful, but in the end, that's where it is. And Cindy, thank you for offering to be an assistant. I have a couple assistants. The hardest thing is just knowing, like when I get, so like my Twitter DMs, I get like probably 30 a day of people just asking questions, and then my assistants don't exactly know how to answer it. And then I get a lot of Twitter DMs of just people asking for money. My guess is that guy before who was mad I don't respond to his DM. I get people that just say, "Hey, I lost $2,000 yesterday. Can you send me some money?" And it's like, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And then yeah, then they say I'm not a Christian because I didn't send them money. But um, is anything really investable for the short term right now? Seems like if you don't have a 1 or 2 year horizon, you probably shouldn't invest. Um, yeah, I mean, Grape is looking okay. Horde is looking good. Aleph is looking good. Um, a lot of the stuff that I'm excited about is outside of crypto. So, like I mentioned, this Juicy Fields, which again I have a referral link, which I don't know it, but I want to get that to you. But so this is you buy these marijuana plants and then they give a harvest, and your first harvest comes within the year. So you know that'd be more of a short term thing. Yield nodes gives you short term. Um, but yeah, it's definitely going to be easier to think 1 or 2 years ahead rather than daily. Are you still bullish on elephant money? I am very concerned about the peg, though. I do not think this queuing thing was a good move. I think it scared investors off, but I want to talk to Bank Teller and see his thoughts behind it, and that's what I want to do. Is it maybe better to DC Bitcoin, Ethereum, or something else? Um, so the way I'm looking at it, EMP has been consistent enough where if I want to invest in Ethereum, then I actually think investing in EMP is a better way to invest in Ethereum. You're going to get a higher short-term return while you do that. So that's kind of how I approach that. What are your thoughts on 100-day ventures so far? So we're working together on a partnership. I like that team a lot too. You know, that's one problem I do have in crypto is like I like a lot of people. Like I'm kind of a nice guy. If somebody's nice, then like I really like them. It's like I want to see them succeed. Um, I like launch pads. I think they could be successful. Their 100 Days Ventures is like looking to go in and rescue projects too. I like a lot of that. So TBD on my thoughts about them. I feel like those rebase protocols will be tools for raising capital instead of just projects themselves. Yes, totally agree. It is a good capital raising tool. The problem is if they don't end up raising the capital for anything, it's just for fun. I don't like that. Do you have a day job or are you full-time on crypto? So I ran a software business. Mobile Tech Alerts was the name. I'll send you a link if you want to check it out. I sold that business in 2020. Then I've just been doing investing since then. So YouTube has kind of turned into a day job. You know, AMAs take up quite a bit of time actually. And my investments do take up quite a bit of time also. And then, you know, Twitter and talking with people and my DMs, my emails. I constantly have about 100 unread emails that I'm looking to work through. So Thoughts on Richard Hart Hex Pulse Chain? Very cheap right now. So if you believe in Hex, I would buy now. I would be more bullish on Hex if it wasn't on Ethereum. I'd probably buy more Hex if it was not on Ethereum. But it's so expensive, and I just don't like it. Did you say you were starting a Discord channel? So I've considered it. What I ended up doing was your friend Andy, who is one of my best friends in the space, and Decade Investor Colin, who's another one of my friends in the space, they already had a paid Discord group. So when I was thinking about should I make a paid Discord group, um, it's actually quite a bit of work. Like they in their paid Discord group, they do like TA, they teach you TA, they teach you NFTs, they teach you stocks, they teach you real estate. They help people like set up their wallets and things like that. Like if you have technical problems. And I don't have like I couldn't do that. I'd have to hire a bunch of assistants, and even setting up the Discord server would just be a lot of work. So the deal I made with them was, hey, can I just have a channel in your Discord, paid Discord channel? That's just the James Pelton channel. And I'll send people to sign up for your paid Discord. And I get some of the money when they sign up. And then I just have my channel there. So it's kind of like a cheap, I'm kind of a shortcut taker. Okay. You'll find I do that a lot. Like if something's a lot of work, I'll take a shortcut to do it. What do you think of CZ pegs? Yeah, I haven't checked where they're at recently. It's actually a little bit of a touchy subject because EMP, who I'm very good friends with the EMP team, they're not huge fans. The Bomb.money team made this, and I'm also good friends with them. So yeah, it starts getting interesting when you're friends with all these different people. I actually need to check. I'm not sure what the pegs are at. Oh. Ooh, so I had a lot more, so I apparently have lost a lot of money in these. So apparently the pegs must not have done well with the where things are at. So that's my guess based on that. I think it's a good idea, but at some point it's like if you have a tomb fork, and then you have a tomb fork pegged to a tomb fork. Tomb forkception. It's an experiment. So not huge on it, but I invested a little bit. What advice would you give to someone with 15K to invest? Probably the same thing, except for I would diversify more than someone who just has 1 or 2K. If I had 15K, I would diversify a bit more. I would have like a solid bucket, like Freeway or something, that is like, hey, this is where my returns are going to grow. But then I would get into, maybe EMP, Grape, Drip, and just, you can spread out a little bit more and kind of see. So looking forward to your 1K 4 wallets video. Awesome. Yeah, I am looking forward to putting that together. How do you tithe such large gains through so many different revenue streams? Yeah, so I kind of stopped. So in the Old Testament, in the Bible, they had tithing, which means you had to give a 10% of what you make. And so what I've seen is that sometimes Christians use that as like, if I give 10% of what I make, then I'm good to go. And actually, I want to try to be more generous than that. So what I do, I don't tithe. I look around for needs, and then if I see a need, I try to take care of it. So like if I'm ever, this is just my personal philosophy I've worked out with the Lord. But if I ever see someone that's we're going out to dinner or lunch or anything, I try to pay for everyone as much as I can. And I know that means a lot, especially like college students. If you go out to lunch with a bunch of college students, and even like Chipotle or something like that, you're like, let me grab lunch for you. It's like that $9 means so much to them. And so rather than just like a 10%, I try to just look for needs and try to help out where and when I can. Can you update your thoughts on AVAX coin next few months? Well, it can't go much lower. I'm very surprised to see it where it's at. So it might be a good investment. I imagine it'll come back. There's a lot on AVAX. I can't believe it. One thing, there's a lot of new chains coming out. And so, how much will that take away from AVAX? So yeah, it's just hard to tell, but I can't imagine it going much lower. But I thought the same thing about Phantom. I thought, man, Phantom's got to go to $3. and then it's down where it is. It's just hard to predict the future. It's almost not worth predicting. You're better off just getting some principles and sticking with them. So I have a Mac. I do run some antivirus on here. I do use I have a Ledger and a Trezor, depending on which wallet I'm using. Um, so yeah, I hope that's helpful. I don't know much about PC security. Thoughts on Delta Finance? So I am an advisor there as well. Welcome to Greece, by the way. I recognize your name, Greek. But I'm an advisor there. What are my thoughts? I think they're going in a better direction. So they were going to be a rebase token, and I said, nah, I don't do that. And then they switched to more of like a hex model with kind of these locked staking. So I don't know. They've got some interesting ideas that they're trying, some good ideas that they're trying. So it's an experiment, like a lot of stuff. Biofi is pumping again. Yeah, that's awesome. I have quite a big Biofi bag, so I'm glad to see that. With my MetaMask, I have a trading MetaMask and holding MetaMask, switch between with Chrome profiles. I do that exact same thing. So yeah, if you go to profiles, you can install MetaMask on 2 different profiles and you can kind of switch between them. Let's see, can I bring that up? I run crypto for a bunch of different people too. Like I manage them. So I have just like my dad, I have his crypto. This is my friend Seth. And I just have all these different wallets that I use for so many different things. It's a crazy mess. Paper plane. Yeah, don't buy it yet because I think I'm getting a referral link, but I don't have it yet. So I don't. But it's Juicy Fields. If you want to go buy it, you can. I just think it's kind of an interesting site. Yeah, you can buy. So I have 5 plants. I have 5 plants that I have bought in there. I've not had a harvest yet. The first one I bought was May 17th. So again, if you want to wait for me to see how like this first harvest goes, I like to be kind of the test dummy for you guys, where it's like, oh hey, I'll go in and spend $10,000 on marijuana plants, and we'll see how it goes. But talking to the team, I do like it. I'm trying to get the team on for it at AMA because I think it's interesting for sure. Are you playing the stock market too? I don't really play the stock market. I stick into index funds. I don't really mess around with individual stocks much. Decade investor Colin from Sleep Money Club, he is big on like covered calls and things like that. I need to learn more about that. I don't know too much. Vincent, it's good to talk to you, brother. So Vincent is an old friend who I haven't talked to in a while. Any thoughts on quant? Not really. I have a lot of people tell me to buy it, so I don't really know that much about it, honestly. So can't help you too much. No, I don't think it is. Personally, it's quite a bit of work. I think yield nodes is probably a better investment than doing a dash diamond master node. But if you want to try it, if you enjoy the technical aspect of it, it's not that much work. I actually have a YouTube video walking you through it. You can definitely mess around with that. Have you been getting involved with all of Sphere's new projects like Dystopia and Penrose? I have not. I've been on a trip for 5 weeks, so that's another reason I haven't been looking around that much. So, but I've been talking to the Sphere team quite a bit. So, are you still going to do a 1,000? Yes, that is the plan. When will a DAG node be available? Is it still 250K DAG? So you can soft stake your DAG node, 250K. That's how much it is. The first of each month. So like we did it in June. We do it again in July. Mainnet is coming out. It's probably in July. And not everyone's going to be able to run a node though. So you can do a soft stake and get for 250K and you get a certain percentage. Some will actually run a node though, and we'll have to kind of wait to see how that works out. And Eric, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Cindy, thank you too for the donation. Appreciate it. Quantkilla, thank you so much for the encouragement. So I appreciate it. Sometimes I get down on Twitter. yeah, people tend no matter what I put, people find a problem with it. Like I mentioned, I was gonna pay rent for a single mom, and then I got all these comments of people hating like this. That's so sexist. Why not a single dad? And it's just like, man, you guys, you need to get a life. Send me money. I've been surviving off one ramen noodle a day for 3 months. King King Kunta. Sorry to hear that, brother. Unfortunately, I have about 25 people every day, and so it's kind of difficult to know who do you give to, who do you not give to. It's kind of hard. What are your thoughts on the miners out there? Yeah, no, I don't like them. If it gives over 1% a day, I'll use 1%. Um, don't like it. Can you give an elevator pitch on Juicy Fields? Don't want to yet because I don't have my referral link, and I'm afraid you'll buy plants without my referral link. No, so basically, I think they're in Austria is where they're located, but you can buy these different plants, and they're 2,000 euros a piece to buy, and then they harvest us every so often, like 108 days for this cheap one, and then you sell what you harvest, and I don't know. That's kind of the elevator pitch. I want to have an AMA with the team to find out more details about exactly. There's actually a lot of projects like Juicy Fields that have been popping up. Juicy Fields is just one I had recommended to me from several people that I trust quite a bit. So I feel better about that one. There's a few others I'm trying to. Like Greenheart CBD is one on the DAG network, so I have an AMA with them coming up. There was one really interesting. High Fund Capital's one, where I'm going to be having an AMA with them. There was one where they actually even showed cameras from the plants, so you could like actually see your plants in the greenhouse. I don't remember which one that was. I was looking at, but Juice is the first one that I've kind of gone into. Have you ever considered making TLDR videos for your AMAs? That's actually a really good idea. That's kind of what I try to do at the beginning and the end is do like a TLDR. So, but yeah, if you guys have any ideas I'm trying to keep my AMAs shorter also, especially the non-live ones. It's like just get to the point and I cut out kind of answers that don't really seem that pertinent. No lies detected on the ETH stacking with EMP. That's good. I've been investing in toilet paper. Yes, we did run out of that. Did you invest in Dex Finance? You know what? I honestly don't remember. I think I did. I'm in too many things where I can't even remember. I think I put in a little bit. I did like that AMA for Dex Finance. I felt bad for him because my internet kept going out. So I had an AMA with the founder of Dex Finance, and my internet kept going out. So I felt kind of bad for him because he was just like sitting there and didn't know what to do. Let's see. I'm looking into DAG. What are you thinking about? It's about 14. I would dollar cost average in. So I wouldn't just throw in 15K just in case we're not at the bottom. I would dollar cost average in. Like when I first got into DAG, it was like 35K for a node. And I'm thankful that I didn't just go spend 35K on DAG because I would be down 20K right now. So I just DCA in. Can you update us on what's going on with EMP money? So they're below peg. I've been buying bonds. I have an AMA hopefully coming up with AJ and your friend Andy. They say they have a plan for getting it back above peg, but I think they want to wait and see what the community does. The community should be able to fix peg on their own, so we'll give it a few days. It's only one day, that they've been down. So. Let's see. Thoughts on HWMC? HWMC. Where's that one? I don't know that I know what that one is. I'll have to look it up. Oh, Hydro Whales Mining Club. Oh, yeah. Really love the team. So again, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but I think that like I would prefer. I love the team a lot, but just when I look at what they're doing, it's like, well, could I do that myself? Like Andy is doing a ton of mining on his own, so it's like, well, maybe I should just do that. How have you been tracking your DeFi profits for tax purposes? I filed an extension. I've not been keeping track of it really. Um, there is a bunch of tax software that you can use where you connect it to KuCoin and connect to, Coinbase and Binance and all that, and it'll kind of give you an idea on your taxes. I don't think the IRS. This is just not financial advice. Okay, if you get audited, don't. I'm sorry, but my take is if you do your best, the IRS is not going to come after you. Um, it's such an unclear space right now with so many gray areas. Like I was talking about, even about minting, I was talking or mining, but it's like, what makes it my miner? Like, why isn't it? I have a guy living with me from country. Why is it not his miner? Like, I haven't sold any of it, but they want to tax me my mining profits. But it's like, why is it mine? It's my son Hayden's, and I think the IRS, they're going to come after people who are trying to skirt taxes. If you are doing your best to pay your taxes, they're not going to come after you, is my opinion on it. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate positive comments very much. Let's see, how far behind am I in comments? I should go here before too long. Join up with the family. So yeah, thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. Let's see. KDA. I love KDA. I think KDA has bad marketing. Honestly, they have one of the best chains, one of the best, some of the best technology. They just need to work on their marketing a little bit. And yes, I'll definitely keep you updated on it. No, I've never done any of that. Twitter is sort of a terrible place. I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree. Maybe you guys could all go follow me on Twitter, and then you can only do positive comments. It was actually really hard adjustment for me. I'm a huge people pleaser. Like in real life, I have had hardly anyone angry with me ever. And so it was very shocking to come onto Twitter. And then when I was small, when you're a small YouTuber or like, 1,000 subscribers or something, pretty much everybody that subscribes to you really likes you. And then just as you get bigger, you just end up with a lot of people that don't like you for one reason or another. And it really bothered me. There was some days where I was like it really bugged me just that people were saying this or that. And it teaching me to have a thick skin, which is probably good. One investments, yes, I do. Okay, when the bull market was going, I loved Wand investments. Now that they're closer to being released, what to see? Because it is a bunch of tokenomic games, and I want to have an AMA with the founder, and he's a very smart dude with some cool tokenomics in place. But we need to do an AMA and talk about, hey, what's the revenue stream? We don't have money coming into crypto right now. Is this going to work with no money coming into revenue, coming into crypto? That's one of my biggest questions I ask in all my AMAs now is, if you get no new people coming in soon, what's going to happen to the price? Is it going to just fall apart, or will you be okay for a while? So, Boris, thank you for the support, brother. I appreciate it. Maybelline, thank you for watching. I appreciate you as well. I've seen you have some very positive comments on some of my videos, so I appreciate that. I did not really give my opinion. I did put a little into Dex Finance. I love Tune Forks, and theirs is very unique, so I like it. But it is an experiment, so very degen. So just kind of keep it that way. Starting out, would it be better to stick with the projects or also invest in some of the things that Sensei was suggesting? I don't remember what Sensei was suggesting. Yeah, it depends how much money you have and what your risk tolerance is. You do have to keep in mind, like when me or Sensei, like a lot of what we're investing in is with play money. So it's not like money you need to feed our family or anything like that. So we might risk tolerance for some of it. Like for example, today, Crypto Sensei mentioned some token that had just crashed, and it was very. He's like, me and him just threw $500 or $600 or something like that just to see. And I think it ended up going down further, so we lost money on it. But I didn't post on my Twitter. I didn't post on my YouTube because I wouldn't recommend that for most people. It's almost like going to the casino, and some of those projects. Yes, I do need to get back to the family, so we will wrap it up here. I'm catching up to the comments here as well. Yes, thank you, Thaddeus. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that too. Hyperfund was my secret project. They have been what do you call it? Withdrawing, not been recently. So even for me, for the longest time it was, and then just the last month or so, withdrawing has not been working. So I would not recommend that for people. What about the piggy bank and animal farm? So piggy bank has been making so much money. I want to do a video on the piggy bank. I'm going to post my link. It's been making so much money. It's been crazy. I've tweeted out about it a couple of times, but piggy bank is maybe worth getting into. And if Animal Farm goes live and they're able to accomplish what they've been trying to accomplish for the last few months, it'll be a good one. I pray, Jonathan, that does not happen. That would be very bad. Let's see. I think we'll go ahead and hop off here. Let's see. More comments. Alex says he wants to get into Juicy Fields, but he'll wait for referral. Hopefully I'll have that today. You don't have to wait. I'm not even sure. I think I get 5%. So if you bought one plant and I get 5%, it'd be $100. So I would appreciate that, but if you want to get in, don't. They'll get to me here soon. And I'm trying to get the owner on for an AMA before I really recommend it to anyone. Again, Juicy Fields, DGen. I don't know that much about them. I've not done an AMA with the founder yet, working on it. So it's there. Yes, that's a very good question that we should ask the team. They do have. I can't remember exactly how Ben explained it. I mean, there are gas fees. It's just not paid by the. It's not paid per action. I remember the AMA. If you haven't watched the AMA I did with Ben, he explained it, but I can't remember exactly what he said. What's the best way to withdraw from node projects, AVAX and BNB, or change directly to stablecoins? So what I do, if I'm ready to cash out something, we'll say drip, I claim it, swap it to BNB, withdraw it to Binance, sell it for dollars, withdraw to my bank account. That's what I do. And Vincent, it is good to see you. Would be fun to catch up. Go hang out with your family. Okay, I like this though, and I'm enjoying this. Would you kindly grow out a beard this next Christmas? I don't know. It gets pretty itchy. Sometimes I let it go a little bit, but it gets pretty itchy. And thank you so much for your support. I will go ahead and end it there so I can get back to my family. Thank you guys so much for watching. On the way out, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, and please do if you don't subscribe to me, please subscribe. Go follow on Twitter. I'm trying to grow my communities a little bit. I have a social media team, and they're trying to grow my Instagram, which I don't even check that, but they do a pretty good job on there. I'm going to post a link to that. I even have a TikTok with James. What is my TikTok? I don't know. Search James Pelton on TikTok. I don't even have TikTok downloaded, but they take a lot of my videos and take little snippets and turn it into. Oh yeah, the $300. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for reminding me. So for the giveaway, if you want to be part of the MEXC giveaway, let me find that link again. Let's see. Okay, so here's the link for the MEXC giveaway, which is going to be you get a $25 airdrop if you automatically if you do that stuff on that page. If you trade $2,000 spot trading, so if you were planning on buying a bunch of Biofi already, there would be the best place to do it. Then you get entered, and 5 people are going to win $200 just out of those from that I send there. So it's not like it's going to be a fairly small pool. Also, I forgot to mention this was from Biofi, but keep an eye on their social media. They're going to be doing a trading challenge with MEXC, and I don't exactly know the details of it. But then I would like to give $300 to one person watching here today. So how I usually do this, please post just one time and just say Biofi, okay? And then I'll give you about 20 seconds, and then I'll pick one person to give $300 in Biofi tokens. Not just $300, but $300 in Biofi. So go ahead and comment Biofi right now, and then I'll give you about 20 seconds, and then I'll pick somebody. But only post once. If you post more than once, some people try to game the system, which I appreciate the ingenuity, but I don't appreciate you trying to game me. You game other things. You can game the YouTube algorithm, like I'm doing by having you comment Biofi, but don't me. You've got 10 seconds, and it's gonna be random. Okay, don't. Sometimes when I do giveaways, people DM me and stuff. They're like, "Pick me, pick me." I'm never gonna do that. Okay, that would be very shady. So it's just gonna be completely random. I'm gonna scroll and then randomly bring up one comment. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here I go. I'm scrolling up and down, picking one comment. DC, you are the winner. Congratulations. I wish I had I wish StreamYard, that's where I used to stream. Wish they had sound effects. I could do clapping sound or something. Congratulations, DC. If you want to shoot me, either you can message me on Discord or shoot me a Twitter DM, and I'll make sure to keep an eye out for it, and we'll make sure to get you your $300. So thank you guys so much. We're going to close out there. Please hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate you watching, and appreciate your support. Did he not type out Biofi? Yeah, he did. Biofi. Yeah, he posted it. Oh, he did do it twice, though. Uh-oh. DC, I do see it twice. DC, what do you have to say for yourself for posting twice? Was it before I warned? Now I don't know what to do, because he did post 2 times, and I did say, here's what we'll do. DC, okay, just give it to him. All right, you guys are nice. Okay, you guys are very nice. Okay, he fixed his spelling. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, he said Biofi before. Okay, that was smart. That was smart if he did it on purpose. So if you can give me a DM on Twitter, DC, what is your Twitter name, just so I know who to be looking out for? Go ahead and post it on here. Go ahead and post that on here, and then shoot me a Twitter DM, and we'll get it on there. And by the way, if you guys have other questions, you can shoot me Twitter DMs, and I get to as many as I can. If you want one-on-one access to me, go hop in ZZZ Sleep Money Club. We have a lot of fun in there. Been learning a lot. I've been learning a lot. I don't know a ton about stock market, and Decade Investor is a beast. Been hanging out in there. DC, just waiting for your Twitter username so I know who to look out for, and then I'm going to sign off. Okay, yeah, you don't. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Maybe just how can you prove that it's you? We'll figure it out. No one pretend to be DC. Okay, then I'll know that he commented me. I don't think you can. There's not YouTube DMs, are there? Is that a thing? I need to get better at these giveaways. So, okay. Well, yeah, thank you guys. I'm going to go hang out with my family. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you later.